Hello, we'll talk about NTD Sport. NTD Sport, the first sport globally in treatment, power and purity. This sport was invented by Firas Al Moneer. After long years of careful scientific research, lasted many years on a lot of people, I am Firas Al Moneer invented modern sport, which was considered a real turning point between the concept of sports before and after this invention. This invention has a certificate of intellectual property protection, and it is called NTD Sport, which means no to drugs, because it, one, makes a professional exerciser without any need to drugs or hormones or even dietary supplements. At the same time, it gives him desired muscular size and fitness by natural means with additional simple diet. This modern sport gives the exerciser muscular size that is much larger and much faster than what he gets by any traditional methods and natural means. And if he is dealing in hormone and the like and adds this sport, the results will be double times. 2. It also gives women accurate sculpture of her body for each centimeter, as NTD is growing up special parts of women's body and slimming other parts in the same time, leading to access perfect shape without any cosmetic surgery. 3. NTD treats also vertebrae and joints injuries, disc peaks, limited rotation of the joints, scoliosis, in addition to polio, muscle spasm, nerves, inflammation. So no need to surgery. 4. Leaving the sport leads to lethargy and decreases sexual efficiency, as well as fatigue, decreases sexual efficiency, and this is the only sport that determines the amount of moderate effort that is supposed to exercise with. Thus, NTD activates the body's glands and sexual health. 5. NTD corrects the shortcomings of spine, such as back bow, and makes it perfectly taut. 6. Ideal for child growth and healthy balance. NTD Sport features 1. It was not surprising that the exerciser may injure his joints because of his training by weights through his way in developing his muscles. But NTD Sport, for the first time globally, offers 100% safe exercise angle, which pushes muscle to grow up without injuring joints or vertebrae. That is close to. So, no injuries at all. NTD provides a muscular bracelet that protects and strengthens the joints and vertebrae. In the past, strengthening the muscles around the affected area was very limited because doctor was afraid to let ill person carry weights in order to strengthen his muscles around the affected part of his body. But now, by weights and with the right and safe exercise angle in our NTD Sport, the training becomes very effective. Thus, only in 3 months of training, the injured person becomes more stronger than the normal healthy person. 2. There is a finite amount of weight that exerciser can increase in one session. This amount should be increased gradually. If this amount of weight decreases less than supposed, it will not be useful, and if it increases more than supposed, it will exhaust muscle and get the opposite result. So NTD Sport tells you based on accurate digital calculations the increment of weights that should be relied on at certain session. This amount of increment varies from person to person and differs from the muscle to the other, so you achieve rapid growth of muscle and burn grease quickly. 3. Everyone knows that rest is essential for muscle as effort is necessary, but NTD Sport is telling you types of rest that no one knew before, and therefore Respecting muscles' need to rest pushes muscle to give you what you want of the quick results. There is a type of rest between the session and the other. Type of rest in the relationship between muscles exercise with another muscle. Every specified number of training sessions has different type of rest. There is type of rest between exercises per session. Also, there is type of rest after each contraction of muscle in one exercise, and it varies from muscle to other, because each muscle has its independent character. 4. Muscles differ from each other in terms of number of contractions required to do per exercise at heavy weight and light weight to grant greater growth. 5. Growing up the other end of muscle which was not trained in our life before gives muscle a double growth under certain conditions must be taken into consideration. For example, instead of moving the forearm and keeping humerus unmoved at exercise of biceps, you can move the humerus and keep the forearm unmoved. 6. Facts about food and sleep and their relation to the growth of muscle and burning fat. There are many wrong informations in this regard that must be corrected. 7. Warming up can only be locally. 8. NTD Sport reduces injuries and side effects of other sports, running, swimming, football, gymnastics, and fighting arts. Also, it increases the efficiency of exercisers who practice these sports highly to achieve unprecedented numbers at championships. The rapid safe muscle growing up by NTD Sport manner helps us in 1. Return the distance that separates between vertebrae to its normal case. So cartilages between vertebrae running or returning to their right place. So return the distance that separates between vertebrae to its normal case. So cartilages between vertebrae returning to their right place, then pains of disc peaks and scoliosis disappear entirely. 2. Pushing joint that is not cohesive to be cohesive by strengthening bony unions that attach joint parts and by strengthening muscle tendons that attach muscle to joint. 3. Exercising muscle by rather heavy weight leads to blood flow in muscle and nearby area, so inflammation and spasms in this region will be recovered quickly. 4. Making any area in women's body bigger with maintaining on character of femininity by very accurate manner, and burning fat at fatty parts by local exercises also. 5. Helping young men to be a professional bodybuilding in terms of the magnitude or fitness for businessmen. I am Firas Al Moneer, the inventor of this sport. I grant educational courses to qualify experts in NTD Sport and grant certificates. Doctor, physical therapist, beautification, sport trainer, and who is interested can attend these courses. I also give sport, therapeutic, and cosmetic centers a privilege of training of this sport according to specific conditions, and provides people who want to practice this sport with coaches. Search Facebook for inventor Firas Moneer and then select the personal information page. Then choose the healthy issue that you are interested in and look at the interviews on TV and magazines about this modern sport, which is a final alternative for traditional bodybuilding and final alternative for aerobics and similar wrong sports. Mobile in Lebanon 00961, then 7048951. Our site is www.ntdsport.com. and thank you for your listening about our story of NTD Sport.